Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you can hear me really well. I'm actually sitting out in my beautiful garden for two reasons. The base chakra is all about grounding, and my beautiful children are inside making a lot of noise. So I'm sitting under this incredible Amazonian custard apple tree that is actually out in our backyard, and it is such an abundant tree, and I've had absolute pleasure of watching it shed its leaves, come back to life. I'm just going to wait for a couple more people to come on, but yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous to be sitting outside today in far north Queensland in Cairns. Hi Elena, hi to anybody who jumps on. I'm so grateful for you wanting to hear this information that I've been working with the energies with the chakras for many years now, and it's an absolute pleasure to be able to share this info with you all. So we're going to start with the base chakra. We have this incredible image behind us that was designed by Rebecca Calibrio. She is an artist, sound healer, aurosoma consultant. She's an incredible person who lives in Adelaide, and I reached out to her and I said, we need to freshen up these chakra symbols. We need to get some light language into them, and we need to have them really vibrant, and we need to show that each color is connected. So we came up with this beautiful image, and it's her interpretation and mine of what we now see the chakras as. So the rainbow body is what I like to refer to us as, having a rainbow body, and that means that all of the colors are actually merged on the actual physical body as well as on the etheric field. So when I'm thinking about my base chakra, I'm not just thinking about the color red, I'm also seeing that come up and merge from a deep core of the earth color of those really deep reds, as well as coming into that beautiful pale orange color. So you may have seen, those of you who live in Cairns, recently we've been on the front cover of the Connect magazine, which is very exciting, and there's some information in there about the base chakra. And the other thing I've created is two things actually. First came a workshop, which basically is something that I've been teaching around Australia for the last couple of years, and you can learn how to create it is a technique that I've created to actually put essential oils onto the energy bodies and the physical body to actually work with and balance your chakras. So this is a great course, and I have been running them around Australia. Clearly we can't be running them at the moment, but looking to do something potentially online, which would be so fantastic. So I just saw Kate jumped on from England. So hi Kate, great to see you here. So we're just talking about the base chakra today and talking a little bit about my history and why I've jumped on here to share today. The other thing I created last year was the chakra toolkit, which is this one here. Now, I've just realized my battery's about to run out. Can you believe it? So what I'm going to have to do is plug it in. Sorry, I thought it was fully charged. It seems to be taking off. Just have a look at this beautiful tree while I do this. So, and if I can balance this properly, which will be great if I can. Okay. Hope it doesn't fall off. So you can't really see the chakra kit behind me, but I'd rather you be able to see, yeah, funny. You'd be able to see my face and what I'm about to talk about, but I will turn it once it's charged up a little bit. So just bear with me. I love this live action. It's so good. So the other thing I did create last year was this chakra toolkit, and this is what we're actually going to run through today. So based on all of the different information that I have put into this toolkit, these are available. You can just order one from me. I will post it to you. They are only $12.95 with $7 postage anywhere in Australia, and of course we can get them overseas as well. So to start off with, for this beautiful base chakra, let's talk a little bit about it. So when we feel ungrounded and we feel so much in our head, it's really important to connect back with our base chakra. So there's a number of ways of doing that. The quickest way is to get out into nature, I feel. Shoes off, I've got no shoes on, and run around on the natural earth. You can either go to an ocean, a creek, which I did with my son this morning, or basically just be out on the grass. It doesn't really matter. You can also just sit out in the sunshine if you're on the balcony and you just need to be connected to your body on a deeper level. Just sit out in the sunshine. That will actually push those rays of sun. Obviously it has that aura of the golds and the yellows actually penetrating down onto our physical body, which is actually going to really support us to feel grounded. Just gets us out of our head, because have you ever noticed when you actually are in nature, you're constantly looking around. It's just a different vibration compared to what it would be like just sitting in front of your screen and just in that sort of narrow focus, and you're so much in the head when you're just on your computers the whole time, or you know, not exactly connected to the planet. So the whole purpose of the base chakra is to be connected. If you feel that you aren't connected, you'll be feeling insecure about your life. You'll be feeling as though life has no purpose and meaning for you. And it's purely because you have spent so much time in your head. You're overthinking. You're either getting back into the past or you're thinking too much into the future. And what we need to do is balance ourselves back and be in the present moment, which is what the base chakra helps us do. So that's why, well, some of the reasons why you may feel out of balance when your base chakra is off kilter. You're not feeling grounded. You don't feel secure in your path. If it is in balance, and the way to get it into balance is, I've selected these tools to get you into balance, which are the essential oils, and it's just a beautiful way to help support that whole region. So our base chakra is basically from our coccyx at the back of us, at the bottom of our spine, down through to our legs and reaching right down into the earth. They do say that this is the area of our being that is obviously connected to the planet, but it's also the energy we pull up from the planet, which helps us stay stable in our base chakra. And that's what we want to do. And the reason why I've chosen essential oils is because they are gifts of the earth. And obviously doTERRA are the highest quality oils on the planet that I've chosen to work with, I feel, because of the way they work with their growers and how they harvest the plants and the oils. So I have a lovely collection of oils here to go through. I'm just going to do them quite quickly because I don't want to spend way too much time, because I also want to teach you how to use it on your base chakra to help you balance. So the first one I love, now I've just written down their properties just quickly, is Basil. Now Basil is the oil of renewal. So when we're not feeling in our base chakra, or we're not feeling centered and secure on our path, this absolutely can really clear the head. So aromatically, it can shift so much within your being to actually give you that stable feeling of being a lot more grounded, and it just clears the head. It really does clear the head. So I do feel that Basil is such an incredible oil for the base chakra, being that oil of renewal, because we can get into loops in our head, and that's what can send our base chakras out of balance. To let you know on a little tip, the majority of the planet is out in their base chakra. So over the last number of years that I've worked in balancing people's chakras and checking on their chakras, it's mostly the first three. So our base, our sacral and our solar plexus are normally out, and that's just because of the fact that we're digesting, we're creating our lives, you know, we're either yearning for more or we're feeling a lack. So that's why those three are generally out. Heart chakras, most people have a lot of issues there as well. It's, you know, obviously we've all been hurt, so people do tend to close off their heart chakras, which is the connecting point between the bottom three and the top three. So that's the idea, and we'll get to those over the weeks as to why the heart chakra is, I feel, the most important chakra to have open. So back to the oils. So Basil is a great one for that oil of renewal. Then we have the beautiful cedarwood. Now cedarwood is the oil of community, and it is the most beautiful smell. If you think of a cedarwood tree, it is hosting, you know, not only plant and animal life. You can offer shelter and shade, and it can be a real joy to be under a cedarwood tree. I don't know if anyone ever has, but the grounding, the strengthening, and the feeling that you get from being in the presence of a cedarwood tree is quite overwhelming. And the beautiful cedarwood oil is very, very grounding. So they call it the oil of community, and sometimes we don't feel like we belong to our community. So it is really, really important, especially in these times, to really connect in with others and know that being part of a community and something bigger than ourselves is so important to keep us grounded. I find giving generous, random acts of service to people in need is something that really helps keep me grounded. So I'm often, and I call it in, I'm often on the lookout for someone who needs some support or help. Like just this morning I had to run off to a health food store, pick up a whole heap of groceries for a woman who's stuck up in Cape York. Then I had to rush it over to the transport company before it was about to take off to go up to Cohen. And to me that's so grounding. It's an act of service. So I think finding those acts of service, if you can, within your community is really important. So helping you do that and be mindful of your community, cedarwood would be a great oil for you to use, just to remind you, especially in these times. Now the other one that I absolutely love is vetiver. Now certain individuals have or are aware of their ancient lineage, which happens to do with past lives and that sort of thing. So vetiver is an incredible oil for people that want to connect with their ancestry in that space, and it is the oil of centering and descent. But when I find I use vetiver, because it's also great for sleep, I find, especially when it comes up in when I'm chakra balancing and checking for people, they may have had a history in ancient Egypt somewhere long ago. We don't know about these mysteries, but it's all very fascinating. But the vetiver has a very unique, very liquidy, sensual smell to it, but it is very grounding. And if you actually rub it on your big toe at night, can really help you sleep as well. So vetiver is a very good grounding oil. Any of the oils that are a bit viscous like this, because this has been taken off the root, you got to think of a tree. So the tree is actually rooting down into the ground, and it's basically those roots and the oils that we get from those roots, which is what is going to ground us. So we all know we're all connected, and obviously the planet kingdom at this current time is absolutely thriving based on the fact that we're giving it a break. And I couldn't be more happier than that for that reason. However, we know there's a lot of suffering going on in the world, and obviously it isn't pleasant to watch any of that. So keeping grounded, keeping with your oils at this particular time is really beneficial. And the oils are so forgiving. Like, they are such a support to you when you really need it the most. Last night I just got my husband, I picked like 8 oils, and I said, these are the oils that I need right now. And I just laid down. I said, I don't care how you put them on me, just randomly just massage them onto me. It was such an incredible massage. And he didn't really do anything. He was a bit lazy. He just did like this. But it was great. And I came away from that feeling very centered and very grounded after that treatment. It was beautiful. So the next, I've got 3 others. So Pedigree. Now going into that ancient history, this is the oil of ancestry. And I do feel sometimes when we're not grounded, we could potentially be walking the paths of our ancestors. So if there's a lot of expectation put on you to be or achieve or succeed, you know, that's a lot of pressure. So, you know, you may not be that person. You may be someone who loves to just be out with the fairies and, you know, not so ambitious, but you may have people around you that expect more from you. So the Pedigree is such an incredible oil to really journey with in that base chakra region. And sometimes you can be asking yourself, is this my issue? Is this something that I've brought through from other lifetimes? Is this something that someone's put onto me, you know? And it's great to check in with yourself to say, you know, is this mine? And if it isn't and you don't feel it is, Pedigree is something that an oil that you could really, really work with through those issues. Patchouli, this is such a beautiful grounding oil as well. It is the oil of physicality, so it really can help you get into your physical, energetic body. So if you feel that, and it is a great idea to move the physical body on the daily, if you feel you need a little extra push to get yourself out the door, to do that walk, go to yoga, just run around the backyard with the kids, I don't know, whatever it is to you that's simple and easy. It doesn't have to be this mighty workout. And now the fact that we can't go to gyms, you know, things like that is a real thing right now. So the patchouli can really help you just get back into your body and get you grounded to say to yourself, right, I'm actually going to move these legs of mine, and I'm going to get them out there, and I'm going to make this happen. So patchouli is a great one for that. And you'll be surprised, a couple of drops of patchouli will really push you and motivate you to actually move your body. And the last but not least, the beautiful green mandarin. So when we don't feel balanced in our base chakra, it sometimes has something to do with us not reaching our pure potential. So, you know, we can journey through these chakras, and today I guess it's an exercise in saying, you know, do I feel grounded? How am I faring in the world? How, you know, there is so much going on, and we can reflect a little bit as to where we've been and where we're going. You know, everyone's saying the old world is crumbling and the new world is coming. And what does that mean? You know, we're in this holding pattern right between those two worlds. And what is so fascinating is we now have so much choice. We can sit here and we can say, what comes with me from the old life into this new life? And you know, that is so exciting for so many people. You know, it's kind of funny because, you know, these people that have been working hard all the time, now a lot of them get the chance to stay at home, and they get to stay home with their families, and rightly or wrongly they'll be stressing about money issues and different things like that, which are all base chakra issues. It's all about survival. But what we have an opportunity to do is actually change the way we see ourselves in the world and change our perspective on what is important to us. So we have an incredible opportunity right now, and I feel anyone who's been watching this, or who will watch this in the future, thank you, because I do feel there's such an awakening now to our full potential. And our full potential doesn't just include our physical body, it's our energetic body as well. So we want to be supporting ourselves through all the different changes on all the different layers, and that's how these oils can really help you. So how do we get our own chakra, base chakra, balanced without having someone like a practitioner to, you know, do the hands-on work for you? All you have to do is basically get your oil of choice. I like to also have some crystals around me at the time. Absolutely love using a selenite crystal. This is just a beautiful selenite wand, which is absolutely stunning and really just a lovely way to hold. This actually will balance your entire chakra system if you hold it long enough. And it's a beautiful crystal. I just drew in some light there. Did you see that? And I absolutely love the selenite. Have it at your front door, and have it so that people walk past it, so they get an instant cleanse as they're walking past the selenite, which is really lovely. Gosh, that sun's coming in, it's so pretty, but you can't see me. Anyway, so I might just move the camera. Sorry about this. I love this live whole action, and we'll be able to see that base chakra image there, because it's nice to look at that while we're doing this base chakra balancing. So yes, have a crystal in your hand, have a crystal next to you on the bed, whatever, in your pocket. In your pocket's nice, down your bra. If you're wanting to work with base chakra crystals, you're only looking at anything that's red. Don't get too carried away with all the properties of the jasper and whites, all of this. Just look for your dark crystals, or your dark red crystals, anything like a jasper. The Australian jasper is absolutely stunning. It's affordable, and just a piece of that in your pocket is really lovely as well. So you're going to get your oil, and the way you're going to work that out is you've got a couple of choices here. If you feel confident to use your pendulum, if you have a pendulum, it's really great to just use it. I don't know if many of you know how to use it. I'm hoping to put an entire online workshop together to teach people all of these little layers and go deeper into all of this. These are just snapshots, these videos over the next couple of weeks. I would test with my pendulum, which I haven't done, but I'm going to do it another way today, which is the easiest way I feel, is basically getting a selection of those oils. You don't have to have the whole, what did I mention, 6. You could just have 2, 3, you could have 1. It doesn't really matter. You could have just your favorite. So just say your favorite oil is Patchouli. That's the one we're going to use for your base chakra. And all you're really going to do to get yourself centered And it's so simple. And the beautiful thing is having simplicity in our life, especially these days, is absolutely key. Everything is going back to being simple. Now, I literally just did 1 drop of the patchouli. So I'm going to rub that together in my hands. Then I'm going to take the 3 deep breaths, or we could do the box breath, which is absolutely stunning. So if you want to grab your oil right now out of all of those choices, just grab it now with me and we'll do it together. So basically you're going to inhale for 4, hold for 4, and let go for 4. And generally you would do that for 4 times. And this is shifting. This is going to shift you instantly into a complete awareness of your physical body. Do everything you can with intention. Obviously, making your kids dinners with intention of love, and they're going to love it and need it. Making a cup of tea with love, I'm healthy and well. All of those sorts of things. This is no different. We're actually creating an act. So this is basically a creation that we're going to create for ourselves to help us balance. So get your oil, 3 deep breaths in, or actually, sorry, 4. Hold it in for 4. And let it go for 4. Then hold for 4. Then breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. And breathe out for 4. And you can do that 4 times, and instantly my head just feels so amazing. Then what you can do is you can literally rub that area. If you're clever and you can do it from the back, do it from the back. If you are just starting out, it really doesn't matter. You're basically wanting to activate your base chakra. It's always really with intention, and it's always really great to have some sort of affirmation. So I'm going to read the affirmation while you get your hand, and literally I'm clothed, so, and I'm not going to stand up, and I'm actually on my sacral, but I could go down lower and get in the back here. But I'll read the affirmation while you're actually putting it on to your base chakra. Oh, here goes my battery again. I think I'm going to lose you guys. I hope not. So the affirmation while you're applying your base chakra oil is, I am enough, I have enough, and am stable and secure in all situations. I walk the path of my truest desires. And that's it. It's just that simple. And I think this is it. We overcomplicate our entire life, and we want to keep our lives really, really simple, really, really beautiful at this point. Always dropping into gratitude, always looking for the things to be grateful for, and starting with ourselves. Once we feel grounded, once we feel supported, once we feel anchored, and that sometimes it doesn't come from outside of us. It actually can come from inside of us. And no matter what's going on, there's always something to be grateful for. So I encourage you to work with your base chakra oils over the next week. I'll come back next week and talk about the sacral, which is very exciting. In the meantime, also, while you're working with your chosen base chakra oil, or give all of them a go, don't just stick to the one. Maybe try out the whole 6 if you happen to have them all. I'd also like you to think about all the different foods you're eating over the next week. So really concentrate on getting a red diet happening. So that would include things like, berry smoothies, tomatoes, radishes, things like that. Anything that's red. So let's pimp our diets over the next week with all the red goodness of what's available to us through the natural world. And happy base chakra balancing, and I'll definitely see you next week. I hope you enjoyed that, and if there are any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I will answer them later on. And I will just give you a beautiful good look at this lovely image before we go, and I will see you next week.